Hey there, how you doing? I'm Yalik, and we have not just one, but two more additions to the Boom Fail series today. The first one is an old lesson, and the second one is a new lesson. So the old lesson first, of course, Chinese letters. You'll notice completely unboosted here. Those are my basic stats for, yeah, okay. So the lesson here, do not put your shield gen directly next to your HQ. In particular, don't put it directly in front of your HQ. Actually, the same lesson for number 2 is also going to apply here. Lesson number 2 is do not put your mines up straight up the middle. Don't neglect the sides of your base. It doesn't really apply in this case because I'm still going to go up the middle. So we could add a sort of an auxiliary lesson here, which is also, don't just cluster your mines all into one spot, because why would you do that? Where they can be handled with just a single, in this case it's going to be 2 barrage to clear the way. And also that puts damage on the shield generator, which I'm going to be flash killing because he has decided to put this, Chinese letters here, has decided to put his shield generator right in front of his HQ. Plus it's only a shield gen 2, which means I know it's only going to be one swing. That makes my life a little easier. Having your shield generator right here, it shouldn't be anywhere next to your HQ regardless. You want it at least a few smoke spaces away because it's pretty easy with warriors to have the GBE, again, completely unboosted, to flash kill the shield generator and then walk over to the HQ. Really, the prohibition, the limiting factor on that is the GBE. So it costs GBE to get your warriors, you know, if the shield gen's over here, first to get over here and then to get over there, and then you don't have the GBE for shocks maybe. Now, this guy has decided to put it right next to his HQ, and even better, has put it right in front, so it's right on my path. So that shield generator is going to cost me a grand total of 1 extra smoke. That's it. Because everything else that I do, apart from the flash kill, everything else that I do is probably what I would have done anyway. I probably would have flared to the shield generator anyway on my walk rather than the HQ, so it's not costing me the extra flare. Flaring to the shield gen makes them run a little bit more narrowly together as a group. So I probably would have flared there anyway, would have barraged anyway. Regular shocks that I'd have to do, it's 1 more smoke, and that's just the 1 smoke that I throw on this spot to keep the warriors covered in the first place, and then the smoke that I then throw over them again when I smoke them to the HQ. So we will watch. Beforehand, I suppose it has ice, obviously. Oh my god, really? I didn't even realize there was this much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's your 4 offensive statues for, my god, this, he obviously cares, but serious mistake here. Boy, this guy really doesn't like tanks either, huh? 2 Doom Cannons. But not helping himself out, not doing him any favors. 6 ice with a shield, completely unboosted. We'll put that 2 times. All this I would have done, this I would have done, and all of this. Okay. I do throw some critters here as the smoke timer starts to get close right there. That's to distract mainly the shock launchers I'm worried about. There's the re-smoke on that spot, and then to the HQ, and the flare to the HQ. All of that would have happened anyway. So the critters might or might not be arguable. I might have used the critters back behind me anyway, but definitely 1 more smoke. And just that simple. Because that's a classic mistake. Don't do that. So, among many other things that this fellow is doing wrong there. And so now, on to lesson number 2. That was fun, by the way. I shared that. Lesson number 2, which, now this is a player with no ice, and this is the attack that I just finished. He has no ice at all, but he makes that mistake of putting his mines up the middle. This base is very, very different. As I said, no ice. Instead of being heavily forward, this guy has put his base way to the back. the other fellow had a shield to try to fend off warrior attacks. This guy is fending them off, first of all, by having his HQ back there, or so he thinks, and having his HQ surrounded by all of the continuous damage sort of towers. These things, and some splash damage, these things are bad for warriors. He has his rocket launchers both in range. In theory, he's pretty well set against warriors, and we're going to go ahead and beat him with warriors. In particular, the other guy had a shield up. He didn't want warriors attacking him either. This guy has made it even more obvious that he does not like warriors. There's a mine, there's a shock mine, there's a 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 mine. All of this would be on the path if you're going straight up. There's a mine, there's another mine, there's a bunch of mines back at the HQ. All of this would be on your path if you decided to try to run up the middle and get warriors, and if you did that, you would be incredibly stupid. On the other hand, if you go this way, I don't find any mines going that way. I'm going to choose to go this way. So obviously you're going to have to clear those mines around the HQ, but I see a nice straight path from this cannon back to this shock launcher, and on the way to that, I don't see any mines there, do you? So that makes this pretty simple. Just way too easy. Even though, again, this is, in theory, exactly what he's set up to prevent, and he's not stopping it, because this is really not a great base design. We're going to leave that mine there. Going to leave that mine there. It doesn't really matter if you hit a couple of mines on your walk. I'm probably going to throw a heal on the HQ anyway, in most circumstances, to help keep the warriors alive. So, you know, having a little bit of mine damage on the way doesn't hurt warriors. It's not like with Zukas. So, all fairly standard, like I said, to the cannon. See how little damage they took from tanking that mine. We're perfectly fine here. Oh, did catch one hidden mine over there. Good for him. He's not really. And actually, so this did not. This, bless his heart, this guy actually made my life harder than the guy before, the 6 ice guy, because I end up missing the hot pot, which is, you know, not a mistake you really want to make here. But so my warriors actually take more damage here than they did on that last attack, because that last base was just awful. Yeah, that shock over there needed to clip the flamethrower as well as the hot pot, and so it needed to be like a couple tiles up. Oh well. Either way, base went down, and that's still a bunch of warriors there. So don't put your mines up the middle. Don't put your shield gen right next to the HQ. For God's sake, don't cluster your mines together like that other guy did. That's just dumb. And what else did we say? Jeez, I mean, I guess don't have 6 ice in a bad base design. Whatever. Anyway, both of those were a lot of fun. I got a good laugh as soon as I saw them, and I knew I would be sharing them with you, so hopefully you enjoy as well. And that's all I've got for you today, so have a good one.